Okay, hi everybody. Yeah, I'm just finishing up from this morning's session on Art Joy Sharing. Um, I needed to do let me see if I can get in here a little closer. I needed to do my stencilified journal for the fourth week. And what I did was the prompt was to use colors that you did not care for. Well, pinks and purples are not my thing, so that's what I went for first. I'm using some of this Novu Glimmer Paste through a stencil here just to add a little more dimension. You guys see that? It's got shimmer, shimmer and shine. So anyway, I'll run through the fast version of that. And then this was the other piece that I created today. This is a clay board and has lots and lots of layers. I put some wood filler on there and did a little sgraffito. I don't know if you guys can see the sgraffito in here. It's kind of hard to see. It's like right down here. But anyway, I'm happy with the way it turned out. It wasn't exactly what I expected, but you know, that's kind of the way it goes sometimes. So be sure and check that out. And yeah, I'll give you the fast version. So this is a panel that I created as a guest artist for Stencil Girl on Stencil Girl Voices. And I'm going to play with another panel today. This is a clay board, and I'm using some Tracy Batista stencils. I'm showing you how I like to take them apart and make both a stencil and mask out of those stencils. So I'm going to work on both the clay board and a journal page today. Having little issues with the focusing, so I'm going to have to fix that, and I'll be right back to yeah, have a better picture. So this is a journal that I'm creating for the Stencilified Stencilified Journal. That's hashtag the Stencilified Journal, which is a challenge from Tina Walker and Stencil Girl to do a stencil page. I think it's 16 weeks or something like that. But so there are prompts for each one of those, and that was the first page. And then the second one was something that we had to hang outside, and then the third one I showed you with the world on it. And so today I'm going to work on the fourth prompt, and the fourth prompt is talking about using a color that you don't really like and then writing words that you love on your page. So, pinks and purples. Yeah, I'm not a pink and purple girl. I was the one that played with army men when I was a kid and rode my bike up and down the street and did, you know, tomboy stuff. So pinks and purple were never my thing, but I'm grabbing this Warren lipstick, which is a shade of pinky reddish tone, and I'm putting that down on the page because it's not one of my favorites. I'm just telling you. I don't even like the name, Warren lipstick. I'm thinking, did she chew it off or anyway, so I'm using that on the page to start with, and it's Distress Oxide, so I'm going to wet it down and get a little texture going, and yeah, first layer of pinky color. Ew, boy. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look for a little bit darker shade. So I reach for some Deco Art acrylic in a quinacridone violet. Yeah, it doesn't look anything like the violets in my garden. I'm mixing it with a little gesso just to, um, you know, lighten the shade a little bit. And yeah, it looks more like a lavender. I don't know. Still not my favorite color. So these are Stencil Girl stencils. This is one by Mary Beth Shaw. And, you know, in the live show, we're talking about the stencils and the Stencil Club and all the things that are part of Stencil Girl. And so I'm grabbing a little bit more gesso, and I'm just going to tone down the page with a little bit of that. Can't remember if I mixed anything in or not. Nope, I think I just went straight for the gesso. Gonna stencil that on and get another layer down. So, you know, when it comes to stencils and pages, for me, it's all about the layers. Oh, dear, excuse me. So, what is that, 3 or 4 layers now? I'm going to try a little bit of this pink. I need to dry because I'm going in between different products. And this is a archival ink in a pink peony color. And that's just because I want to get those pink tones into the background. You'll see the white page when I tear off the edging. But just adding a little bit of that pink tone into the background, blending things together. Alrighty. Now comes out a vibrant color. This is Cactus Flower. And yeah, it's another one of those plummy, purpley, yeah. So after that, I said, enough of the pinks and purples. I'm going to reach for something else. So I reached for a gold. This is a gold from DecoArt Media paint line. And a Tracy Batista stencil that I've cut out of the middle of another stencil. And I'm just going to get that gold heart down there because now I'm talking about the things that I love. Gold happens to be one of them. And I have to write my words. So I'm going to write my words around my heart. And I'm going to look for a stamp because I want to do some edging. So this is a book. I keep some collage type stamps in this particular book. I kind of sort out some of those cling mounts into, you know, classics and collage and that sort of thing. So this book happens to be my collage book of stamps. And so I'm grabbing that and just doing a border, adding some texture to the page. I'm going to also get the Delicata gold ink and do a little bit of stamping with that. This is a number stamp. Didn't get it inked up well enough, so I'm going to have to go back with my pen and add some more ink, but that's okay because it starts me thinking about additions. What else am I going to add to this? We're talking about stencils, and this happens to be another one of the stencils that was out of the line from this particular designer we were talking about. And so I'm just using my Posca pen and going around those numbers and adding that. But then I'll come back later with a glitter pen and add a little bit of glitter and shine to my numbers. And in the beginning, you saw me start out with a little bit of that Novu glitter to add a little bit of bling bling in a purpley color to my page. And, you know, as far as this page, that's about it. You know, I do a little bit more stamping in the gold ink. I decide I want to bring that gold out a little bit on the page, so I'm going to add a little bit more to it, but basically that's about it. So I'm going to move on and start working on that panel. I think it's dry enough now that I can work on it. And the first thing I want to do, that wood filler is great for doing details on the pages. And you can just get that at any local hardware store. But it gets a little bit rough in places. So you want to take a sanding block and just sand the top of that to smooth it out a little bit. So that's what I'm doing. I'm getting my sanding block and I'm just sanding that down and taking a wet wipe and wiping off the dust so that it's ready to start accepting the paint. So now I'm going to go back to those DecoArt Media paints, and I'm picking up a blue. I think this one happens to be, it's not phthalo, it's, is it cerulean blue? So I'm using a cerulean blue, and what else did I have? I had a Quinn Gold that I was using on here. So the cerulean blue and the quin gold are going to complement each other. And then I'm also going to use some antiquing creams over the top. And, you know, just keep layering. I want the depth. I'm going to add some gold. I'm going to add some antiquing cream. You know, just layer after layer of stuff. If you want the full down and dirty blow by blow detail with both Shell and I are working on project, you can go over to Art Joyous Sharing and watch the full length stream, which is an hour and a half long. Or you can just be satisfied with my quick down and dirty version here. So there's the quin gold coming out. I'm going to paint that on, and yeah, I'll finish up, have some finishing shots. If you like this, be sure and give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe and leave me a nice comment, because I love to talk to you guys and, you know, hear what it is you're interested in, and, you know, help you with whatever problems you're having with your art. And then be sure and check Art Joyous Sharing every Thursday morning at 10:30 Central Time. That's when we go live and stream, and maybe you can catch us live and have a live conversation. So thanks everybody, and stick around for the final shots. And that's it for me, and I'll see you next time. Remember to be kind and that you make a difference. Bye for now.